group. I play for 12 years with one group. We're very friendly, very close friends. Yeah. I play here in the clubhouse when I live.
And how many women are
Four in a team.
And tell me their first names.
Oh, Pearl, Belle, and Gussie.
Are any of them survivors?
No survivors playing canasta in the clubhouse. I didn't see nobody. They play different games. They play poker, different games. But
they play poker?
Yeah, poker. They're gamblers. I play canasta mostly. And Saturday night, we have 7 couples. We play tinkle.
Today's date is April 5th, 1995. The survivor is Nina Miesing. The interviewer is Deborah Kimmel. City is Delray, Florida, USA. The interview will be conducted in English. This is tape number 1. My name is Deborah Kimmel, Kimmel. Today's date is April 5th, 1995. I am conducting an interview with Nina Miesing, Miesing, in Delray, Florida, USA. Can you tell me your name?
Nina, maiden name, Hammel Miesing.
Can you spell your maiden name for me?
Sure. Hanmel.
And can you spell your married name for me?
Miesing.
And what is your birth date?
September 9, 1918.
Where were you born?
Poland, Krakow.
Can you tell me what it was like growing up?
Well, I came from a poor family. To tell you the truth, I have a younger sister and brother. My father got part-time job. It was very hard for us to live. We have only 1 bedroom apartment. So I finished 7th grade public school. I was a very good student. So the teacher called my parents, and she was talking to my father. She told him, Mr. Hammel, your daughter is good student. I could find for her a city high school, which won't cost you money, just she could continue her study. But my parents didn't agree. I have to go to work. Soon I finished the school, I went to work.
Did your family belong to a synagogue?
We just was going just during the holidays. We were not Orthodox, just, Jews, of course, but, we didn't go too much.
What did you do to celebrate the holidays?
We went Pesach, we started celebrate Pesach, and also Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. And my mother was lit the candles every Friday. But so I was doing whatever was good for me. That didn't stop me.
Can you describe what you were like as a child?
What life I have? Hard, very hard. Was that a picnic? Very hard, from childhood on.
What did you like to do when you were a child?
I didn't have special choice, I wasn't thinking even about that. What should I do with myself? I didn't have toys, We used to play we make a ball from a piece of shmate, we would play with the schmatter. Or also, on the courtyard, we used to jump the rope. My neighbor's children, but then nobody alive, all got killed. All. Nobody's alive anymore.
Were all of your neighbors Jewish?
Yes, only the superintendent was Gentile.
Can you describe what kind of person your mother was?
Average. She has 5 sisters and 3 brothers. One brother survived. He worked in Schindler, in Krakow Plaszów, and my uncle survived. And my 3 cousins survived to this. And one cousin in Israel, he survived also the Second War.
Can you describe what your father was like?
Very, very educated man. He never went to bed without books, and mostly German books, Gothic, very, very hard to read. He was very, very, really I could tell he was very intellectual, he was a very educated person. Yes, he came from Bielsko. This was Oberschlesien. They were speaking only German.
What language did you speak in your home?
Polish.
Can you describe what your friends were like?
My friends, I have a lot of friends. I have one special friend, but she didn't survive also. She came from a nice family. They were well done. Her parents got a maid, nice apartment. She was in a head store. She was working, but very, very sweet girl. But she also got killed.
How did you feel when you had to go to work?
I have to go, no choice. And I work, and whatever I earn, every penny, I empty my pocket and I give to my mother to buy food. And in Europe, the salary was not like in the United States. For instance, I work for a dressmaker. She paid me 10 zlotys. I don't know how much was, and for 1 month work, 10 zlotys. But I was delivered the dress. I worked for the dressmaker, learned the trade. I delivered the dress, so sometimes I got that tip, 50 groszy, 50 pennies or 1 zloty. Whatever I got, I give to my mother, my parents. I never spent a nickel. Even being a teenager, I never nothing for myself. If I need something, I ask my parents if I could get it. If I need 10 groceries to buy ice cream, I ask my mother if I could go and get it. It was not like in the United States. And that old Jew was rich, with plenty, I telling you the truth, but plenty Jews, got very hard life.
What kind of food did you eat?
What kind of food? Whatever it was.
What did your mother cook?
Whatever she could afford. Anything was good. Whatever she could afford, I ate everything. I licked the plate.
What kind of work was your father doing?
He was part-time waiter, So he didn't have steady job too. No. Was tough.
Do you know why it was that he didn't have a steady job?
I don't. Was hard. But one reason, he lived in Bielsko, and he married my mother. She was very poor, and his parents didn't let have the shidduch. They were against, because my mother was plain person, and my father was very intellectual, very educated man, and they didn't let have the shidduch. They didn't talk to my mother for 6 years since my brother was born and that came through the breast. Maybe this was also the reason. They don't want to help them financially, nothing.
What was your relationship like with your brother and sister?
Very close, very close. I was, if that my sister, I won't survive, she won't survive. We were very, very close. Very close. Brothers too, very close.
Did you ever notice any anti-Semitism when you were growing up?
Yes and not, because I live in Jewish neighborhood, and my friends all was Jew, and I belong to Zionist organization. My dream was to go to Israel. The name of the organization was Rabbi Akiva. When I was in Israel recently with my husband, I visited the kibbutz from my organization, and I found few of my friends. I was so excited. And there's, they went before the war to Israel, and they're still in the kibbutz.
When did you first notice that things were starting to change?
Till in 1939, when they saw that the bombs falling down, and the war started.
Can you describe one of your first memories of when the war started?
My memories. I went on the street and I saw the German was cutting beer from the Orthodox Jews. I ran home, I started to cry. What's going on? What is? But this, I found out that is something wrong. But my father don't believe it. We don't believe it. We don't believe it that it's going to be so terrible with us.
What were the early changes that affected your family?
Immediately when the war started, when I was working in my house, I was the dressmaker, I started to take work from the customers. After whatever I earn, I give my parents. Again, I was a good child. Well, I was good. And then the customers, they came, and they started, mystery.
What happened when there were less customers coming?
It was very bad. No food, no eat, nothing. Nothing. And my father was afraid to go on the street. We got to wear Jewish star, armband, on the arm, with the Star of David. If they caught a Jew, anybody, or they took him to very hard work, shovel the snow, clean this, from beginning, this was good, clean the streets, and then was continued worse and worse.
Can you describe what it was like for you to wear that armband?
Very tough. Very tough. It was hard. I didn't realize.
What did your family do for food?
Many days we have nothing to eat.
Were you able to stay in your apartment?
Yes, but not for a long time. This was like that. We live on Dietla 19 in Krakow. Our house, I live in this house, this was not mine, faced the palace, a castle where General Frank was to live. He lived over there. So he make a special note not that all Jews facing the castle have to move. But they start to search Jewish quarters. I live in Jewish quarter in Krakow. They start to search the German. They close up all the streets and the big trucks. They were standing in the front of the house. They were going from apartment to apartment and taking whatever they could. Whatever they could find in the house, they were taking out. Now, they came to my house, my apartment. We have only one bedroom. They pushed my father, my mother, and my youngest brother in the kitchen. And they tell me and my sister we should go to the bedroom. Okay. Take off your clothes. I never told my children that, but now I tell everything. You want to know, right? Take off your clothes to me and my younger sister and dance. Was 4 German and different uniform. Like Judenvernichtung company with the black uniform, with the brown, Gestapo, all kinds. I don't know even the rank of them. They sit by the table, and I was dancing with my sister. You know, it was not easy for a young woman, girl. And after they start to laugh, they have fun. They were laughing from us. And then they walk out from the house. My body was shaking. I was so up. And my father started to cry. He was going on. It's unbelievable what's going on. What? We didn't believe it that this could happen in 20th century. And this started wars and wars.
How old were you when this happened?
20, 21.
And your sister?
22. My sister was 4 years younger. Yeah.
Did they touch you?
No, not me. No. My friend, but I knew her very good. I could tell you the name. Maybe sometime the family looking. Could I say? Tosha Weissman. They have bakery. A young, beautiful girl. They came to her apartment with a bayonet. They molested her, and after they killed her. Maybe sometimes somebody is alive, so it'll be very good to know what happened to that poor girl. It was bad for us, so I with my sister went to Jewish institution, and we signed up. I want to go to work. The rich girls didn't go to work for the German because the parents pay money. You know, they give the contribution. And I want to make money, so I signed up and I worked for the German assessment, Nazis. With my sister, it was a group of girls, you know. And I cleaned the toilets, washed the foyer, peeled the potatoes. So sometimes they gave me a piece of bread or soup, and I brought this home and I gave to my parents.
Were you living at home during this?
Yeah, that time I was with my parents.
When was this?
In fall. Yeah. But what I tell you, not everybody suffers so much like we. You know. Some people, they got money, they could buy food on the black market, and they could survive another day, another month, another year. But for us, it was very tough, very rough.
When you would go to work, would you work with your sister?
Yes, together, always. We were so close, I didn't make a move without my sister. Very close family, my brother.
What was your brother doing during this time?
He was 15 years old, but he worked in a store that was selling yard goods. You know, very good looking boy. Nice child.
How long did you continue doing this work?
Till came the government Frank. He put a notice that all Jews surrounding the palace have to move out. He don't want have nothing to do with us. He don't want us to have. So my father rented somebody. He didn't drive alone, horse and buggies. We didn't have nothing, but whatever we have, we take with us. We put on the the buggy, whatever how you call it. And we went to my father's aunt. She lived in Tarnów. And she offered us, she told us we could stay by her. There's also only one bedroom, very small room, a small kitchen, but she gave us. All five, we have a bedroom, and she slept in the kitchen and the bed. It was nice of her.
Had you known her before?
No, never.
And what did you do when you were there?
What I do all. I have to tell you the truth, you won't believe it. My children won't believe it. I take off my armband, my husband, and went to the Irish circle, you know where the Gentile people live, and I was selling anything for bread, like needles, thread, stockings, whatever I could get in where I live. I took this for commission. I never pay. I took my armband and I went and I was selling. Then I was very lucky. I met a very nice Gentile couple. They were beautiful to me. She was selling to me always bread. And I got from her. I came to the Jewish section and I was selling again. And have for us a piece of bread. This was the commission.
Did your sister go with you?
Always together, always hand by hand, arm by arm. Always were very close. I never tell my husband this. But if this go with the history, let my grandchildren know, let my children know how tough it was for us being just Jew.
Was your father working during this time?
No, he was Africa on the street with the arm. No, happened that they caught him on the street. They took him to a very hard. They beat him up, of course. Without beating was not the way. They put him to a very hard work. This was winter. No, this was ready Pesach, springtime. And he got home, he started to cry. He said, I'm not going to survive. It's for me, and even he speak to me in German, it's impossible. I can't survive this. And 2 days he died in hospital. This was second night of Seder, second Seder. I don't remember the date, but I know second date of Seder, Pesach.
What year was this?
This must have been 41, yeah. No, maybe 42, let's put, because 40, maybe 42, because he was with us one winter, 42.
Did you have any kind of service for him when he died?
No. I don't know even where he was buried. They put him in mass grave. No, but I don't know. I know in Tarnów, but I don't know.
Can you describe what it was like for your mother after your father died?
Very tough for all of us. All of us. Very tough. Hard, very hard. But right after, when he was dead, the German again started deportation of Jews. They started really McCoy, the really action of the Jews in Tarnów. I live in Tarnów, the street Lwowska 7. This was mostly Jews live all around. They surround the old neighborhood. Of course, they took everything. They emptied the stores. In Kraków, they emptied the stores from the people's zone, and everything shipped to Germany. And there was a slaughter from apartment to apartment. They were killing families on the spot. I saw in my own eyes. I gonna put the name, okay? Laufer family. He was Orthodox Jew. Our window was facing his window. I live in courtyard. He live on other street. And the whole family with the children got slaughtered from the Nazis. I remember like today. They want to come to our house, but lucky that the superintendent don't understand German. And then after we were here, she said, jawohl. They thought that because it was not only two Germans, it was mass of them. With the motorcycle, they came and so on. So our house was not touched. The old tenants survived. Just because she said jawohl.
Your building was the only one that survived.
Right, exactly. Following day, I went outside, find out what's going on. Lot corpses, children, men, women, and there was going a horse and buggies and picking up the corpses and throwing them on the wagon, to throw them on cemetery, put them in one big grave.
Who was doing this?
These are Jews also, the Jews. Yeah. Of course.
And what happened following that?
Of course, it was panic. We were talking between what happened. We got more scared and more scared. And then again, this was in 42. I went to work with them. I went to work with my sister. I was mentioned the Gentile couple that were helping before, and I had an ID card, and the German, they gave for me a very small stamps. This means round and with K. This means contingent. This means to death, you know. And when I get the big stamps, was to life. I went to the Gentile man, his name was Stanchikevich, and I started to cry. I told him that we're going to get killed because we didn't get the paper to survive. Don't worry, he was in underground. He didn't take money from me, nothing. Come following day, you're going to get everything done. And this how it was. He gave us for nothing. And he helped us to survive. But himself, he got killed.
Did your whole family have the small stamp?
Yes, we all. My mother too. Yes. I went to work. I worked, for fixing uniform, whatever. And they told to us, you can't go home because the Jewish circle section is again isolated. The Germans surround this. And my mother was home. I told her so many times, please go hide, go with other neighbors. Probably she didn't have the time. And following the day, the German came where we were working. He came straight to me, face to face. An assessment. He said to me, I'm waiting for you for a long time. Now I got you. I got very scared. I don't know what that meant, but he left. Just was like a joke, just to scare person. The following day I got home because we were whole night that they let us home. I got home and I was with my sister, we worked together, and I couldn't find my mother. I took a candlestick, I went to the basement, and I was calling her, Mama, no answer. I went on the attic, I couldn't find my mother, no answer. I said, Carol, she's gone. They took her. So I went to the room where we live in Talmud. I lied down maybe for 2 weeks with my sister. I would cry so much. We didn't eat nothing. We didn't eat nothing. My neighbor brought a little soup. We couldn't even swallow. But the life has to go on. I want to be a survivor. And again, this was.
Where was your brother and your aunt at this point?
My brother, they took him to another camp, Pustkov, not far from Talmud. And I didn't hear nothing from him till 1944. We don't know nothing. He's alive, he's dead, we don't know nothing about him.
Were you there when they took him away?
Yes, they took him from the home.
Can you describe what that was like?
They came, they took him away, and he was gone. That's all. So I was left with my sister.
Where was your aunt?
Oh no, she died too. She died. Well, she was not a young woman, and she couldn't take this. She was dead. She went to bed, and following day she was dead. Till today I don't know what happened to her. Maybe she poisoned herself, committed suicide. I don't know what happened. She went to bed, and following day she was dead.
When was it that your mother was taken?
In 42. This was 30. In June 10. In June 10, my granddaughter, she don't know that, but now she gonna find out. She was born. Her name is Debbie. In June 10, she was born. This same day, when they take my mother to Treblinka. Exactly was the same day.
After those 2 weeks, what did you and your sister do?
We put ourselves together, and I started to go again to the Genta. When I told you I met Mr. Stanchikev, they were very nice to us. And I tried, survive. They were selling bread. I was bringing to the, was not ghetto, the Jewish quarter, and selling, and have for ourselves also. Then I went to a kitchen where they was giving soup for free, and this is the one that did this. But not a long time.
Then what happened?
The ghetto. And in 42, there was a building ghetto in Talmud. All Jews has to go to ghetto. They make two, ghetto A and ghetto B. Ghetto A was for children and elderly people. Ghetto B was for the youngest, what could work for them.
And where did you go?
I went to Ghetto B with my sister. It was very hard to find a place where to put the head because it was so crowded. So we find a shack, a little shack, like a storage room in the courtyard. And I went with my sister. There was one bed, a little table, and we worked there. Then we went to work. Every day we went to work.
What kind?
For German.
What kind of work did you do?
We also fixed the uniforms, all kind of things for the German. This was outside the ghetto. They call it ZFH, I think, and German, I don't know. I don't remember.
How many of you would go to do this?
Oh, lot. We go groups, and each floor was different, was people what could crochet, what could sew, shoemakers, all kind groups. And each floor there was this, I don't know how many, but it was about a couple hundred, maybe more. Only young selected people.
Did you have any contact with the people who were in Ghetto A?
Yes, because it was like open ghetto. We could go in, out, yes. But not for a long time. They cleaned up the other ghetto. All from.
What did you know of that at the time?
Pardon me?
What did you know of that at the time?
What I know. Oh gosh, what could I tell? It was tough. Very tough. I know the one that I want to survive. I want to be alive and tell the world what happened to us. And see, because those Nekume by the German have the satisfaction that German, got, lost the war. This was our dream.
Did you know other people who were in the ghetto with you?
Oh, yes. As I work with them, yes. And yes, sure, lot. But again, selection. The ghetto became smaller and smaller. Every month, selection.
Can you describe that?
Oh, yes, sure. We went on the courtyard again, very big place. We got to face the wall, 5 in the line, hand up, and the German was making selection. Till today, I hear voice of children crying. They were taking small children, throwing them in the basement, on the street, with the head, everything was open, brain, everything was terrible. I couldn't describe it because it's too painful. They took from the parents. One got killed, one gave his son. They killed him with the child. Where I live was a man. He got a small boy, and his child got bandage on his head. And he wants to leave the child and give to my sister. Cannot take care. God, I said, you crazy? She wants to take care. Yeah, don't do it that. They're going to kill us too. He left the child and the German killed that baby. Oh, was terrible. All this was terrible. I think Tarnów was massacred. People was coming from all other small towns to Tarnów, and it was like a massacre.
Did they ever ask you any questions during the selection?
No. Just with the finger, left or right. This was the answer.
Did you know which was the...
Left or right? No. We don't know what in panic. Yes. I could tell my.
How long did you stay in Tarnow?
From November 1940 till that 43, and this summer 43, something like that.
And
Or 2 years.
what happened during the summer?
Yeah, then I tell you, after that, I got sick of typhoid. Being in the ghetto in Tarnow, I didn't have too much to eat, and so I worked for the German, and I became sick. I got typhus. I was in hospital. It was not so good to be in hospital. Then again selection. So my sister ran first to me. I was on the 3rd floor to the fire escape steps, and she told me, Nina, you could get the rest, please come out because the Germans surround ghetto and now is selection. And you know what could happen to you, so. So I got the rest, and she told all other patients, listen, the Germans surround the ghetto, whoever is able, escape hospital. So to the fire escape steps, I went downstairs. We went on the courtyard again with typhus, and it was selection. We were lying down 2 nights on the concrete floor, and Gert from Krakow Plaszow, he came to us, who looked everybody in eyes, who is able to walk, go to concentration camp Krakow Plaszow, and not go to the gas chamber, right and left. I was biting my lips. My cheek to be red, always tell my cheek that he should not notice that I'm a sick woman. Luckily, I passed the selection, and they say, go. We have to go to the railroad station. The other people, they put out the truck to Auschwitz.
Did you know that at the time? That's where they were going?
Yes. That's because I know that time because I saw was only I was between young girls, and the other was children. So I knew that children, old people, we try to guess that they were to go to gas chamber. I was very sick. My sister was pushing me to go to the railroads. I couldn't put a step on the concrete. But I said, come, you go make it. Temperature, very weak, Said, come. And she was pushing me, and finally we came to the railroad station. They put us in cattle train, cover, about 50 girls. Everybody take with them belongings, whatever they have. Okay. They said, the Nazis said to us, go on the one side, and then we're going to put you on the other. Fine. And I didn't know even. One from our woman, her brother is in Israel, he survived. Her name is Helen, brother-in-law, Helen Osterweil. She was having a knapsack and put her 5-year-old girl on her shoulder and gave her sleeping pills that the child wouldn't cry. The German came with a bayonet and stabbed that baby. Take her off from the train, put her on the truck, that's all. Her brother survived. I'm sure that the family, maybe, nephews, nieces, whatever, they're still in Israel. And they were very famous people. Were a tailor, but big tailor, a very famous tailor. I never forget this.
How long did you wait at the train station before the train arrived?
I don't know. I know I couldn't breathe because I was very sick. So I was begging my friend, please let me lie down and just from the empty spots to catch a breath from the floor. They let me, and I was breathing, catch, the fresh air from the empty spot of the train. Then we arrived to Plaszów, Kraków, Plaszów. It was also a famous market.
Do you remember how long the train ride was?
Was a couple hours, definitely. Definitely. But the trains, they go different, Slept, and then the stop, each station, without, they didn't give us food. We arrived night time, this I remember. Oh, I could tell you. We arrived night time, and we left about maybe 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. That is a nice couple hours. I do remember when I arrived. Because when I came out, this camp was built on the Jewish cemetery, Plaszów. And we were lying down on the stones of the dead people. And I couldn't breathe, I couldn't function anymore. So I was begging, I said, please take me to hospital. I'm sick. I told one other man what was taking care of us, I said, I can't do anymore, take me in hospital. They took me in hospital. I didn't go to the barracks, I went to the hospital, and typhus. Every day was selection, again from the hospital, from the bed, right? I was so lucky, the Nazis, they came, they were looking at the child, and then they take me. I was in the bed for 2 weeks.
Can you describe what the hospital was like?
No, nothing. Nobody was taking care. No nurses, nothing. Because I was lying down in bed. And it was selection. They were taking out people from the, from the bed to be killed.
Did they feed you?
No. But okay, we got something, I remember, but I don't remember. No, it was very little, very little. And no prescription, nothing. No, this definitely, this I remember. I was lying down, I don't care.
Do you remember what they gave you to eat?
I do remember. It was like a farina, but yellow color, yellow. And bread, this was. Maybe coffee, black coffee, I don't remember. I was sick, I got typhus, temperature, I don't remember.
Do you remember what you were wearing?
A coat, that's all. From the hospital in Tarnów, I escaped. So I wearing almost nothing. And this is what I found.
And do you remember what time of year it was when you got there?
Yes, this was in 43. In 43, definitely. Maybe even summertime, I think. Summertime. Yes, summertime.
Was there something you wanted to add about when you were in
Yes.
Tarnów?
Yes, I forgot to tell you, Debbie, what happened. The Nazis came to our apartment and I was with my sister and they told us out, verschwind, out. We went out on the street, hand up, and whole street with the Jews was standing also facing the streets. And they was holding the guns ready to kill, shoot me. And I noticed a very big Obersturmbannführer, they're called very big assessment, with a lot, medals and so. I noticed he was passing this street. I ran to him and I salute. I told him, Herr Obersturmbannführer, I am so young and I am a very good dressmaker. could I be free? He said, okay, verschwind. And I said, this is my sister, verschwind. I grabbed my sister, we went to the apartment. Soon we go out on the steps. Again they called us Nazis, halt, halt. And again they took us out. But luckily he was still on the street and he told them, let them free. So I went back to the that's what I forgot to tell, you know. It was very emotional, very frightening, very scaring experience. Because we were sure that we were going to get killed. They were holding ready the guns to kill us. They killed all of them what was standing on the street, all Jews.
This was before you got sick.
Yeah, before, right. This was before I went to the ghetto. This was still, you know, in town when I lived on Lvovska 7. And my mother was not here, not my brother, nobody.
How long did you spend in the hospital in the concentration camp?
About 2 weeks. Then my sister came and said, let's go to the barracks. She took me out from the hospital. I went to barracks, and following day I went to work.
Can you describe what the barracks were like?
Barracks? We were sleeping. Was 3-floor koya, you know, bunks. And was sleeping, but couple girls, you know, and one bunk. A big. This was like before the war. No, this was they were built for us. It was like for horse. They was keeping horses, you know, like something like that. This was built for us.
And did you and your sister sleep in the same bunk?
Oh yes, sure. Always. I didn't let her out, she didn't let me out. And I have another 2 friends. One is in Israel. Her husband is a big doctor in Haifa, and she's an engineer. She went with the Exodus to Israel. My very close friend, she was during the Second War. First she was on the Irish paper. And they caught them and they brought them to Krakow, Plaszów, to Lager. Were very close. When I used to go, I was very energetic, and I have the will to live, to survive. When I went and I steal 1 potato, raw potato, with slice and 4 portions, was sharing together. That's why we survived. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to survive. Was in the groups, small groups, not alone, always 3-4 girls holding together. One was helping the other. It was very, this. She's now in Israel, in Haifa.
And what of the 4th girl?
She's in New Jersey, yes. Very close. I'm in close with her, but very close.
What kind of work did you do when you went to work?
Yeah, I was working, patching from the Russian front the underwear, German underwear, full of holes from the bullets, whatever. We were patching this. This we were doing.
And how many of there were you doing this work?
Oh, I never count. Maybe 100. I just try to guess. I never count.
Can you describe what the morning routine was to get to work?
In Plaszów, we got up early in the morning. Then we have to go to be counted on the square. They were counting us, everybody is here. And after we went to work, was heel up. Does I remind me myself again? Debbie. I don't have shoes. I wear rag with a twine, It was winter time, slippery, And when I put my foot on the ice, I couldn't take out. But after a while, I got a pair of shoes. I went to the storage room. They gave me shoes. But I was for a couple of weeks going with the schmattes.
And what kind of clothes were you wearing?
We wear the same what we sleep, one clothes, no clothes.
Can you describe what it was?
No bra, no underwear, just one schmatter. In winter we got a coat. When I arrived, we got a coat with they put yellow stripes that we won't be able to escape. This was the clothes. No toothbrush, no soap, no hot water. They gave us in classroom, they gave us in the soup special powder that we don't have period. And we didn't have feeding for a man. We were like a dead people. They gave us special powder in the soup.
Did you know that?
No. I know nobody has, but I don't know why, you know. No. Then he's okay.
How long were you at this camp?
In Plasów, about 1 year till 44. But you know what happened, and we were in concentration Kraków, Plasów. So we have also selection. You know, lot selection. It was a lot killing, you know. Lot. Gets. He was going crazy. Get his name was. He was going crazy. He was riding white horse and killed the people wherever he saw it. Then we have again selection. But this was very bad selection. They took all children, but they were hiding, all children they took out from the hiding places, and we went on the upper place, you know, courtyard, okay. Then everybody has to take off clothes. A day before, I got very sick. I don't know what happened. All my right side was numb. I couldn't move my hand, I couldn't do nothing. And I begged my sister, do me a favor, Carol, brush my hair, put clothes on me, and let's go. Then walked naked. The German doctors, women, the Nazis, was everyone from us, they were looking in the eyes and make selection. I was so lucky that I escaped. But a lot of young girls, lot, my age, children, everything was taken away. The music was playing, es geht alles vorüber, es geht alles vorbei, German song, there were loudspeakers, and this how it was. And then again, lot of people went sent to Auschwitz.
Did you know that's where they were going?
Yes, because the truck was we were having a messenger. One was telling other what's going on. You know that we know between us what's going on. Yeah.
Did you keep doing the same work the whole year that you were there?
Yes, I was yes. Now again, selection. Again, from the workplace. Then took us out, was evening, dark. We have to go to railway station, to the trains. But I told you before, I always was on the go. I was very, ambition, and I want just to survive. I schlepped my sister, I said, Kilo, I'm not going. We're going ready, We jumped out from the line, and I went with her in a ditch. But the Jewish couple noticed this. He beat me up. he demolished my face with the whip in my face. And he said, go back. He called my names. We have terrible names in concentration camp. We're not humans. Go back. We went back. But I said to my sister, I'm not going. I'm going to escape again. While we're going to the railroad station, I escape again. And I hide in a big barracks. They have those mattresses. And the guy was so nice, a Jewish man, and he said, go. And he gave us even a place where to hide under the mattresses. And this same guy came look for us. He couldn't find us, so he left. Following day, I went to the lager back with my sisters, and the transport went ready, I think to Skarżysko camp, another camp. I always was on the corner. I never want to go when there was a big group of people. My face was very demolished, terrible, lots of scars, but there's about little that's still up.
How did it come about that you left that camp?
Excuse me?
When did you leave there?
Polaków? The Auschwitz. They took us in July in 44 to Auschwitz.
Was that through a selection?
Yes, sure.
Can you describe
sure.
that time?
Yes. First, I forgot to tell you, I was so lucky. My brother came to the camp. I didn't expect him, and we find him. Through the people, I find him, and I was so happy. He was with us for a couple of weeks, and then was a selection. The whole barracks, not one person, but the whole, every, has to go. The cattle train was waiting, staying, and they was pushing us, in, and I went with my sister.
Was that the last time that you saw your brother?
Yes, this was right. This was in July in 44. Yes. Yeah, that's how I saw him last time. Yeah. Then put us in cattle trains, I'm sorry for my language, and to Auschwitz.
Did you know where you were going?
No. We're not sure. Nobody was. We know that we're going, but we don't know where we're going.
Can you describe what that trip was like?
Very, very bad, hard. When we arrived in Auschwitz, famous Dr. Mengele with his, suite was waiting, welcome us, and I don't know how and why, I was in first line of 5 girls. I was first on the right hand, my sister was next to me, my friend was in the middle, and 2 other friends in the other side, and we were in first line. Maybe they were afraid or something. I said, let's go. And I was in the first line of 5. Dr. Mengele came with the white gloves, and the SS Nazis with the bayonets. They took out my friend. We were holding arm by arm, the hands, and they separate her from the both sides, 2 Nazis with the bayonets. They took her on the other side, And then we don't know, we'll go for life or for death. I wasn't sure. And my sister, she asked to him, Ich auch, me too. I said, crazy. And I grabbed her and I ran out. Soon we went a little out. The guest was waiting for us while the inmates were in the camera. They say, you okay, you gonna leave. The other go to the crematorium. We had people was crying, yelling, screaming, Then they went to the sauna, They shave our hairs, no hairs, no hairs, under the arm or over this or the hairs, and the head or over the shave the hairs. So after They took the clothes, I didn't have clothes. And then I was looking for my sister, and I didn't recognize her. My friends didn't recognize each other. So we start to smile. Then we start to cry. I said, where are you, Carol? I'm here, I stay next to you. Oh, that's you. You know, we didn't recognize each other. Was so terrible, was so terrible. I couldn't describe how painful this was. Then after they took us in a shower. We don't know. The gas would come or the water. You don't know what will come down, right? They put us in a room. But luckily they didn't. They put just hot water. First time I got the hot good bath, you know. And they gave us clothes. I got one dress, black gown, and my sister got out with full holes dress. After, you know, they gave her another because she couldn't walk. All over her body was open holes. And then we went to barracks. This was really good. And Akoya, you know, but 10 guests were sleeping together. When we have to make a movement, we all have to get up and move on the other side because there was no room. We were just sleeping on this side. We can't sleep, you know, straight, stretch out the body, just on this side. And every day was Zell Appel. We call this in German. They were counting us every day, early in the morning, raining, nice day, don't matter, mocks, don't matter, was standing and they were counting us. Somebody was missing, we had to stay for hours. And then they let us go. We got a coffee, black coffee, and a piece of bread. For lunch we got soup, but we didn't get soup, but individual. 5 guests were drinking from one bowl. And this was like a water, this was like a water, you know. They were drinking 5 guests from one bowl, no spoon, nothing. It was terrible, horrible. Everybody wants to have one more sip, you know. And this was our food for the whole day. Then we were sitting in the front of the barracks and waiting. But I got very hungry, and I told you again, I was really a cowboy. I started to run. I said, I have to go search for food. I have a little dish hanging here, you know, on my side, and I was some. They were bringing soup to the barracks. I put my hand with that and I grabbed. They beat me up. I was running, but I don't care. I have a little left anywhere. So when I got to my barracks, I shared with my sister. So we have something left, you know, more like they gave to us.
How did you get that little cup?
We just was looking fine. Not only me, lots of people. We were wearing string. And this was not a cup, a very dirty, filthy, I don't know what was, from the garbage, you know. I don't know. You would give a dog to drink water from that. But for us it was beautiful, you know. We didn't look like humans. We looked like animals. We didn't act like people. It's unbelievable.
When did you get your number?
When I arrived after the bath, when they gave us the bath and they shaved us, they gave us the clothes, the rest, that's all. No underwear, no bra, nothing, no soap, nothing. So they gave us the tattoo on number.
Can you describe what that was like?
This is painful, but I was happy. I didn't feel the pain. I was glad. Because otherwise I have to go to Gethsemane. Without the number, I have to go for the selection.
Did you work when you were there?
No. We didn't work in Auschwitz. No punishment. Was worse than that, much worse. Sit whole day in front of the barracks. Was bad, very bad. Selection,
Did you know the other women who were in the barracks with you?
Oh yes, my friends, not. But my friend died on the Koya, and she died. In the morning, I woke her up. She was dead already. We left her. Beautiful girl. Another commit suicide on the electric wire. We saw this. They were going crazy, talking to themselves. A lot of my friends. No, they were not the same people.
What kinds of things did you and your sister talk about when you were there?
Excuse me?
What did you talk about during the day when you were there?
Just, the dream was just to have a loaf of bread. Oh, when I went to bed and I have the dream, I have a loaf of bread, I was so happy. My stomach was so full. I was so happy. When I got up, this was only dream. So this was only dream to have a bread. Eat, you say, I got enough. I don't want more. This was our dream.
How long were you in Auschwitz?
Not long, 6 weeks. Again, selection. I told you again, I like to run. My aunt, my cousin, I beg them, don't go with the transport. The transport is too big. They don't want to listen to me. Was that selection? All Polish Jews was selected to go on the other transport. I ran away with my sister. I was in hiding again. Whole day, and after when the transport left the lager, I went to other block. And she beat me up. A Jew, a couple. She was a Czechish Jew. And she called me name in my sister. She beat me up, but finally she let us stay in her barracks. After a couple of days, again selection, but it was small group, but 100 people. I said, let's go. I don't have more energy, let's go. This was night time. So we went, and they took our name, everything, information, and then after we went to to take a shower again and give us little better clothes.
Before you were leaving?
Yeah. Little better clothes. That's much nicer. Mine was a black gown, was terrible, was not proper for me. I was looking like a crate, like a meshuggah, They gave us a nice, better, dress at least what could fit me, and give us, but before they took a shower, and whole night we got stay outside, was ready cold, and wait for the train to arrive. We don't know where we were going again, but we know we go. The train came, they put us in cattle, cattle train, and but 50 years and one, I don't count, and they ship us to Germany. We don't know where we go, we don't know what would happen to us, So we went to Germany. The place called Ederan, ammunition factory, was good. Why was good? Was a factory, ammunition factory, but in the backyard was a nice house, brick house, and we went there. We bought 15 girls in one room. It was not bad. The food was not so, but at least we were like a half free. It was a little better. Not good, but better like in Auschwitz, definitely. We have water, not hot, cold water. We have radiators in the rooms. Was beautiful, was winter time, was nice, was hot. Work in ammunition factory, making for the air bombs, small bombs, and this I was. Well, looking in the sky, we knew that the war goes to end. That we knew already, but we don't know when, how long I will be able to survive. Hit the planes going, but.
What was your job in the factory?
Ammunition.
Do you know what you did? Can you describe what you did?
Making a bomb.
And what did you have to do to make that bomb?
Is like polish, make this, this form, nice form from the both sides, polish and put in the box. That's.
Who were the other women that were with you and your sister there?
Oh, my friends from Krakow, of course, a lot. We were, I could, want the names?
Well, were they were also from Poland, these women?
Yeah, from Krakow. We were, all what was in one room were from Krakow. After they came from Lodz, other transport, and after they came transport from Belgian Jews and Czech Jews. Hungarian, all mixed, all mixed was.
Could you communicate with them?
Yes. But we work, okay, we get home, in our rooms, we were talking between us. Everybody was telling on life story. One, my friend, she has a baby son, very sweet woman. She gave her child to the maid, what she was for her. She always was crying, she was hoping that she gonna find that child, and she found. I saw them after. I went with my son, and she found that baby. Yeah. Everybody was telling her story,
How long did you stay working at the factory?
Not long. We worked till probably March, couple months. And then again, deportation. It was ready. We don't know, but we got the feeling. They have the information, we got the feeling that the war soon going to end. So again, boys, 13, 14-year-old Nazis with the bayonets. They came to the factory and they take us out, house, and we went to an open cattle train, open, no roof, nothing. And from there, they want to send us to Dachau, but was no, the railroad station, railroad was demolished. They sent us to Theresienstadt. This was paradise. To compare, was beautiful. Was a very rainy day, very bad weather, and the Außerin was bringing us. She just come us and she walked out and we walked in. When we got in the lager, we got sugar. Oh, this was sweet, beautiful. Then we got bread. Then I saw people walking with umbrella, men and women together. I said, what is this? I dream I'm different environment. And this was in Theresienstadt. I was not long then, were liberated from the Russians.
Can you describe what that was like?
Of course. Oh yes, darling. Oh yes. We don't know that, We know that the war coming to the end, but we don't know when, But we heard rockets on the sky, rockets shooting the rockets. So I went outside. I was the one that I liked to run. Now I sit quiet. I went outside the barracks, and they all was inside. All my friends were inside. They were all different ages, married, single, all kind of different girls. And I saw it, a tank, a Russian tank, a tank coming here toward me. I jump on the tank. I say, Tovarish, Tovarish. Yes, yes, yes. Barishka, whatever they spoke, I didn't speak to Russian. And I ran on the tank. And I start to kiss them. And I jump down. I have to tell my Tovarish that we're free. And I ran in the barracks. And I said, girls, we're free. They don't believe it. You don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I know. The Russian tank was ready. I saw his first Russian tank. And I jumped on and they're here. But they told us not to make move. Stay in the lager. Don't go no place because the Germans still was killing. The last minute they were killing people. And they were liberated. After I signed to be a nurse, be in hospital. Typhus. I have typhus. I was not afraid to get a typhus. I worked in hospital. I remember like today, I was boiling the water. That water came to boil in a big oven, and I gave to the sick people. And one from the sick persons, he recognized me, but I don't know today who he was. He died. He called me name. He told me where he lived. I said, what is your name? He called me sister, water. A young boy. I gave him water and I told him, what is your name? You know me. Tell me who you are. He don't say. In following day, he died. I was giving them water a day before. Following day, they were dead. The Russian nurses was a Polish Jew doctor, Dr. Bergman. He was working within the hospital. And always he was asking the Russian nurses, Skorko, how many dead? How many? Every day we was taking out the dead, carrying the dead body, put in the front. After the liberation.
Where was this hospital?
In Theresienstadt. Was a lot of people that died. There was eating too fast also, too good food. The stomach couldn't take this, and that died.
What was your sister doing during this time?
Oh, she was in the barracks with my friends. I used to bring them bread, to the room, loaf of bread, this.
After liberation, what kind of food did you eat?
What kind of food I eat? In Theresienstadt, it was okay. We have soup and bread. But after, when I left the Theresienstadt with my sister, we didn't have place where to go. Wir hin soll ich gehen. So we started to go. We took a train. I went from one city to other. I don't know even, I couldn't speak Czech. I don't know what to do with. I was so famished. Then we went to Prague. And over there was already Jewish organization. They were giving food for the Jews. And they were going to Israel. Organized group going to Israel. So I said to myself, let's go first to Germany because maybe our brother is alive before we go make another step. So we went to Germany. Took us 2 days, 2 nights to the black border. It was very cold, winter time, and we tried to escape the Russians. But we have very bad life during the Russians. They were not nice. We got to put a table by the door, and men were sleeping with us because they came to the room. They want sex. I put a big handkerchief on my face and make believe that I'm sick. I sleep on the second koya, And we all make believe we're sick. They were just looking, they were so hungry, they were just looking for sex. They were like wild animals, you know. It was not, they were not so nice to us. No, not nice. No, I can't say. Then after we came to the American and so on, so we are in the I don't know where to go. I don't know where I'm free, but with a guy. We took a train, went to Munich. I get off from the train. I met people. I asked, I'm who? You are Jew? I'm who? Yes, I'm who. I met a friend. She was Amhu. He said, come stay with me. I don't have where to stay. Stay with me. I stayed in her house, and after we went to Traunstein, where we got apartment, me, my sister. After I brought my friend, while she was in Israel, after she went to Israel with Exodus, I brought her with us after from Czechoslovakia, and we was sharing the apartment. Then I was in Traunstein, but I went to the Jewish organization. I told them I need help. I don't have shoes, I have nothing, I need help. Then, how could you prove you're not Jew, you don't look like a Jew? And my sister, Avad, not. And you know how I can prove to you? This is my tattoo number, and this is the proof that who I am. They start to hug me, they welcome me, and they gave me food, and they were taking care of me.
And how long did you stay there?
In Traunstein, I went to a funny thing. I went to Philadelphia. My husband was liberated not far from there, and I met my husband in Philadelphia.
How did you meet?
Through my friends, his friends. Is that blood? You want to hear the whole story? Yes, you interested? Okay. I was by my friend, and my husband came with another friend. And she had a brother who lived in Paris. So he came with her. They met out like that. If I'm not going to like her, I go out. If I like her, I will remain and stay and talk to her. She called me out, that lady. She gave the letter to her brother in Paris. And she called me, please come out, I want to talk to you. I went out, and my husband come over, we start to talk. He don't want to leave me. And he didn't leave me. In 7 days we got married. Yeah, this is one. Yeah. And I told him I have to go to Russia. I got my sister, my friends. I can't stay here. I go with you, I married you. You don't know me. How could, but you know, was after the war, no place to go, nobody to take care of you. So I was happy I found a man who was going to take care of me, you know. And I married him. And funny thing, we got apartment by that German general Andrews. We got one room. My son, when he was in Europe a couple of days ago, he went there. He went to hospital when he was born. He's a professor in university, and he traveled a lot. Whenever he got chance, he goes to visiting the camp. He was in Dachau camp, you know. He tried, you know, to patch up our life. And we married. He told to me, Nina, I'm poor. I have nothing. I said, so what? I don't have nothing too. I'm poor too. He said, I could give you only love. Love? I give you love too. And this was, and our wedding was in a very small, in the room where we live after I moved out, and my sister and my friend. We have just having, and my friend baked a couple cookies, and this was the best. And you saw the picture I showed to you. I make my wedding gown for my piece sheet. I make, you know, I don't have bra, nothing, not underwear, nothing. And I make blouse from that and a skirt. And this was my wedding gown.
When did you come to this country?
And 51, I waited 5 years for the papers to come to this country. 5 years. In Hayas brought us.
And what about your sister?
She came a year before. Yes, that's why I want to also catch up with her. We live one house next to other in New York.
And did you work when you came here?
Oh yeah, life was very hard. We don't know nothing but how you call it, welfare or unemployment. We went to work. We don't know nothing but that. We know we have to work. Hayas borrowed to me $200, which I gave them back $5 monthly. I bought a sewing machine and a coat, winter coat, you know. But I need this because this was my bread. I went to work. I worked in a factory, piecework. Whatever I make, I will give my husband. And he works too.
And what did he do?
Oh, he started to work in plastic factory. He asked his boss for $2 raise. He made $25 a week. He paid for the train, everything. He said, I'm not giving you raise, you don't have to come anymore. He didn't come anymore, but luckily he found a beautiful job. And this boss after was running like a crazy after him. Why? Because a German engineer came from Germany and fixed the machine for him. There was a plastic factory, and my husband speaks good German when we came from Germany. So he know how to operate this particular machine. So after he got stuck. He was going after my house. He don't want to go back. He was very lucky. He got very good job. He was like a salesman and trimming supply in the Delancey Street in New York. The boss was very nice. He don't know language, nothing. He was writing to him in Yiddish and English. He was pushing, go, guys, bochnisch humore, guy, arbeit, go, guy. They were very nice. For the holiday, they gave us money to buy matzah and wine. It was very nice, very good boss. And I don't have choice. I sent my son to yeshiva. And he hated this. Rabbi Shaya, if you go hear that, he gonna have fun. He hated this. Paul, I'm sorry. I don't have choice. They gave him food. Breakfast and lunch. I don't want him be on the street. I had to go to work. He was 4 years old. I was pushing him in the bus and I was running away. He got mad on me. But I don't have choice. I have to go make $1. I was taking 2 buses to go to work. It was not easy. Till today he remember Rabbi Shaya used to beat him up with the, how you call this, on the hand. How, I
A ruler?
A ruler. That's it. He remembered this. I don't have choice. I was not Orthodox, but I don't have choice. I have to put him some. And when he was coming home before me, my sister took him to her apartment. He lived house by house. My window was facing her window. She gave him dinner. And he stayed with my sister and children until I came home. And I was running fast. And I put him on his neck, chain, with a key. He couldn't open. But my neighbor was a beautiful woman, a very old woman, Mrs. Crichton. He remembered her. He helped him, Paul, I opened for you the doors. She opened, but he didn't go every day to my sister, but, and she gave him a glass of milk. She opened television, where your mom going to be soon from the work. And this was hard. Beginning was very tough, but we managed. We didn't have money to pay rent, $40. But we managed.
How did your war experiences impact the kind of person who you became?
my work, I work mostly with Puerto Rican, And my boss was a Jew, but he was a very mean person. I didn't understand English. I was a good worker. Okay, from beginning it was hard. I didn't work piecework. I didn't know how to work on the electric machine. It was hard to adjust to this everything. But he was not nice to me. He was good to them, not nice to me. His name was Eddie. Eddie, where are you, Eddie?
What kind of impact did your war experiences have on the kind of person you've become?
Not to be selfish, to share with others, till today. If I could help people, I'm the first. My husband knows. I would give my choice to others. I'm a person, but I'm very simple, plain, not show off, and appreciate for that what I have. I never go up. I never look at the rich people, rich apartments. I look down at people who are hungry, but they need help. And I try to help some people, believe it or not. Even here in Kingston.
Why did you agree to make this tape today?
Why? For my children, for the future generation. The people should never forget what happened. Never should happen again. I read books, I read things, and some people say that this never happened. This is a lie. This is a lie. The Nazis still now, they say that it never happened. It is just make-up story. They're lying. This happened. Much worse. The words could describe the pain. You never be able to describe the pain what we got. I can smile. I don't like jokes. I don't go to the shows even. I don't like the filtered jokes. When I play with my friends, sometimes they try to tell me, please, I don't like jokes. My heart still is with my past. Even when I sit with my husband, very often, we talk about our experience. He told me what happened to him, and I told him what happened to me. When we go to bed, I'm higher. You know what this means? It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful to be this country. It's so magnificent what God gives to us. Every night when we go to bed, we thankful to God. We thank to Him that He was so good to us. And thank God we are normal people. We function normal. We act normal. We are normal people after all things that we went in our life.
I want to thank you very much for doing this interview today.
I want to say one more word, please. Okay? I want to say with my whole heart, God bless America. America, home, sweet home. I love you, America. And this is my last word.
Thank you. Can you tell us your number, please?
Yes, 17585. 8 dash start. That's the number.
And it's upside down.
Can you introduce your husband to us?
My husband,
Sure.
Erving Miesing.
And how long have the two of you been married?
Going in January, 50 years.
17.
How would you describe your wife to us?
How I would describe my wife? I think I will never make a better deal in my whole life. It's the best deal what I did in my whole life.
And how would you describe your husband?
The same, he's my sweetheart. For good and bad.
What kinds of things do you enjoy doing together?
We enjoy everything together.
Everything was just on the earth. Even sit in the car and take a ride. Go to the ocean, look on the waves. We enjoy. We're free. We are free people. We enjoy everything. There's nothing not to enjoy. The life is beautiful.
Is there any message you'd like to leave the grandchildren on this day?
You want
The message that I like to leave for my grandchildren is, first of all, I hope my grandson will find a girl like I find. And he should be happy his whole life like I am happy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Can you tell us what this is?
Yes, when I was in Poland, I went to a Jewish museum in Warsaw, and I found this document. I asked the attendant, this is a original document, written in German. She gave it to me, and this document say, Hammel Nina, where I lived at Klowska 19, was deported from Kraków in 1940 to Tarnów. And this is my picture, what was taken also. My father's signature, and on the bottom is my signature on the right hand.
Can you tell us who's in this picture?
That's me. The picture was taken after liberation in Traunstein, Germany, and the head, like UNRWA gave me the head, and they gave me the coat. I don't have clothes. They gave me in Germany these clothes.
Can you tell us who's in this picture?
This is my aunt. She got killed in Warsaw Ghetto. She was 5 years younger from me. Being in Israel, I met her husband. It was a miracle, you know. I met her husband, but he died already. He died.
Can you tell us who's in this picture?
Yes, this is my aunt Stella. She was also in Warsaw Ghetto. He escaped with her baby son to Paris, France. And over there, right after the liberation, during explosion in the house, she got killed, and her son remained.
Who's in this picture?
That's me and my husband in Germany, on the skiing slope very high in the mountain, in Traunstein.
Can you tell us who's in this picture?
Me and my husband, my sister, my brother-in-law. Was our 25th anniversary wedding. My brother-in-law is dead. 10 years ago he died.
And what was his name?
Abby Abraham Jacobovich.
And your sister's name?
Carol.
Would you read the poem that you wrote for us?
Yes, please. Nina's dream. Our dream was to have a loaf of bread. Our dream was to have a loaf of bread. We did not know if we were alive or dead. We were so hungry and so cold, we had to do as we were told. My stomach was always crying from so much hunger and pain. I did not know where my next meal would be coming from or if I would even live to see food again. This tragedy was too much to bear. I could not picture the being there. We went through so much hardship. We went through so much pain. They made us march all kind of weather, special in the rain. The Nazis killed our parents right away. We know that we had nothing to say. The Nazis were our bosses. They always were so mean. They made sure that we were always around. They made sure that we were ever seen. If only I had one loaf of bread, I would be so very happy. The Nazis make me work as very hard. They say much schneller and make us snappy.
Can you tell us about this picture?
Yes. I remember when I was in Auschwitz, Dr. Mengele was making selection to the left, to the right. This picture also shows people taking away from the railroad station, from the railroad, to taking away to gas chamber.
When was this picture taken?
Oh, what, in 77, 1977.
This is after the war.
Of course, 1977. Yeah, this I took the picture and I was in Auschwitz.
Please tell us who's in this picture.
Okay, my husband Erving, my son Paul, my daughter-in-law Janet, and myself Nina. In the back is Debbie, my granddaughter, Mark, and my nephew, he came from California, Michael Jacobovich.
And when was this picture taken?
And the bar mitzvah, my granddaughter. Mr. Steven Spielberg, I thank you very much for being so nice, so generously to let us speak, let put my sad memories what happened during the second one. God should bless you for doing that. Better later than never. And I want to give this to my grandchildren and future generation to know that the Holocaust was really. Thank you.